casting for Pretty Little Liars was kind of crazy because the girls that they casted in the roles for the 4 liars pretty much looked nothing like they were described in the book series. I thought it could be fun to talk about some of our favorite Pretty Little Liars characters, what the actresses who played them looked like versus what the descriptions were in the books. The original book covers also have a doll for each of the girls. Obviously, we're starting with Aria. I don't know why I love Aria. I always have loved Aria. And I feel like that's kind of controversial because a lot of people don't like Aria, but let me know if you love or hate her. I also wanted to start with her because she looks the most like her character description. Like, that's not super far off. Here she is again on the cover of Wanted. Some of the covers have like their full body and then some have just like the half of their face like that. Very dramatic. Let's pull out the original source material, shall we? Much like how the flashback showed Aria with a pink stripe in her hair, in the summer before 8th grade, Aria is described as having a pink stripe in her hair. Then we jump to like real time when they're entering high school and Allison has gone missing. Chapter 2 of this book is the first time we hear from Aria, like from her perspective. I also heard that everyone hated Aria's chapters in comparison to the other girls' chapters. I will say that yeah, sometimes her chapters were really boring. I think Spencer's were the most enjoyable for me because she was always up to something new. Let me know. There's an audio that says this line and that's all I can hear in my head when I'm talking about it, but this is how she's described. Before she left for Europe, Aria would sometimes see boys look at her from afar, intrigued, but then look away. With her coltish ballet dancer frame, straight black hair, and pouty lips, Aria knew she was pretty. People were always saying so, but why didn't she have a date to the 7th grade spring social then? So she is described as skinny, tall. In later chapters, she's described as having like a big chest because she's always like knitting these bras for her and her friends, but her bras are always bigger than the others. She's very, very pretty, but for some reason she can't fit in. Her parents had drilled it into her head that she was an individual, not a follower of the herd, and should be herself. Trouble was that Aria didn't know who Aria was. Since turning 11, she tried out punk Aria, artsy Aria, documentary film Aria, and even right before she moved, she tried ideal Rosewood girl Aria, the horse riding, polo shirt wearing, coach satchel toting girl who was everything Rosewood boys loved, but everything Aria wasn't. In Iceland, Iceland became Icelandic Aria. The best Aria yet. She found her style, a sort of bohemian hipster girl thing with lots of layers, lace-up boots, and APC jeans, which she bought on a trip to Paris. Obviously, Lucy Hale is a brunette. Long hair, like that's very, very similar, even though Aria's hair is described as being like blue-black. I believe Lucy Hale has green eyes and Aria is technically supposed to have like icy blue eyes.